Okay, so the super elemental summon is over here, and this is something that we had, dealt with in beta, and I think I spoke briefly somewhere. So basically, this summon is connected to a specific element, and this time it is a holy element. So only all the holy heroes in the game across all three types, which is a rare, epic, and legendary, which includes also the heroes of the month, are going to be available in this summon. So if somebody is keen to only pull for holies, I know many want this. One of my teammates got it yesterday, Mad Dogs. I was so happy for him because I know what an impact Gazelle has had. 20 emblems and limit break immediate. I think she's one of the top, or I would say the topmost contenders for that. If she doesn't die, it's mayhem and slaughter. So it's only a holy hero thing. There are two featured heroes over here. That is Jakun and Zandria. But before I come to speak about the heroes, I want to just show that there is something else. There is a quest and contest of the elements, and there are 10 stages. The HP starts the team power starts much higher at 3,000 and goes up to 5,400, so it's going to be a little tough. But what is really cool is, as we enter, the number of battle items that are allowed is double. So stack up on the battle items. When I did this in beta, I had obviously after a particular level, six revive scrolls, which means whoever died was revived immediately. Because I don't have revivers in the holy element. So the scrolls and then the rest of the battle items were kick-ass ones. I hardly got to use them, but still you can take whichever battle item that you like to use, depending on the level and so on and so forth. Only the other part is all heroes that can be used have to be only of the holy element, and every hero can be used two times. So time it accordingly. Like you play in one plays in the Tavern of Legends, where the early stage one uses the 3 stars and subsequently the 4 stars, which are not leveled up, and then you use the 4 stars leveled up, and then come to the legendary, and it's easy to complete because the battle items really help. Those revive scrolls really helped a few times. If any super elemental heroes are there, which is the two featured ones, they can be used 5 times, but we already know the answer to that. In beta, we got those two fellows fully leveled up and emblemed up. So we were able to use them in the testing, but obviously in real game, it's not possible to have them leveled up and ready to be used. So 5 times is going to apply during the next quest. That's that. I think everything else is simple. We can go back to the heroes. So I'm going to do a separate video on doing the contest. I will do the last three. So that should give some kind of an idea. Okay, so let me start with this fellow. Jakun, or the place where I am in Croatia, Jakun. So J becomes Ye. Okay, let's skip that. Legendary holy hero who's monk class. We know what the monk class benefits are. And there's a special family starting, which is called Super Elemental Family. Super Elemental Family makes mono teams even stronger. For each ally who has the same element as this hero, a shield with this hero's element is replaced with a power gem. The power gem deals 20 damage to a random enemy each turn, like we have the season 3, I think. No, season 4. Those gems that spawn up underwild gems, and they give whatever those 40 HP wax. So it's something similar. Power gems can only spawn on regular shields that match the element of this hero. So, this needs to be shown instead of, so I will maybe do a quick video of level 1 itself and explain that sometime today. Only 5 power gems per element can be on the board at the same time. So there is a limitation because these power gems can become really pain in the ass. So that's that. That's the family bonus. There is a passive. Troop strong damage modifier. So this character's troops deal 100% more additional damage against the weaker element. This character receives 10% less additional damage from the troops of the stronger element. So the yellow troop, the holy troop, will double the damage. So if it is uh, a level 30 or whatever percentage is the attack, that attack percentage doubles up, which again can be seen when that initial video I do. The character receives 10% less damage. So if, say, for example, it's 26% damage troop on the opposite side, then this character's damage impact is 10% less of that particular whatever. So from the troops of the stronger element, I'm talking about the dark troops because holy, so the dark troops are going to be dark heroes and hence the dark troops are going to be stronger. So that's the passive. Looking at the stats, so it's 824, 718, and 1582. Very clearly, he is an attack hero because massive attack. Defense is kept weak. So I remember Kong, more like the Kong who demolishes with that high attack and hit all thing. But Kong's defense is really low. But Kong's defense is in the 600s. Now this fellow is a 2022 fag end of the year hero. So 718 is technically low because all the fellows are coming close to 800 and a very high health. So I think that's the design. Even Kong has a high health. Crap. Looking at the specials, archaic sacred symbol. So also another very important factor when you look at the speed. I did not speak earlier about the speed, but this fellow is very fast. So very fast hero with high attack has to be given some kind of a vulnerability so that can be whacked or dealt with. But let's go into the specials. Deals 200 damage to all enemies at that 824, but the crazy is below. All dark enemies get minus 34 accuracy for 3 turns. All ice enemies get minus 34 defense for 3 turns. All nature enemies get minus 34 mana generation for 3 turns. All fire enemies get minus 34 attack for 3 turns. So this gives an idea as to who to take. Primarily, everybody will want to whack this Joker with dark tiles and dark heroes. Well, that may not reach because they'll become blind. And he's very fast, so accuracy, so he'll fire the specials much faster. So, I remember the Omega is designed in such a way that one basically brings the same element of that Omega to complete the levels because the strong ones are basically in some kind of a, there is a reflect going on or there's some kind of a riposte going on, counter attack and all that crap is going on. So maybe, one needs to look at. I'm not going to give, talk on what to use because obviously there are ways because there is no way written. It's uncleansable. So everything can be cleansed. So one can prepare for that very, very clearly. But at the same time, there is a different kind. So, one needs to just look at as to what combo of teams to take and that can help manage. So Holy very clearly can be taken. An elemental or an defense down combo would obviously play a very good role because there is no ailment that is being given, only a direct damage. And the damage will also be reduced because it's the same element. He's very fast. So obviously not take a dark from the looks of it. And various other teams can be used. So I will leave it at that because at the 5-star level, as I was saying in my tournament defense video, the option of heroes is very wide when it comes to the specials. Which is a combination of defense down, elemental defense down, attack up, and attack down. So when I look at all those combos, I basically can take any color hero to whack any color team. So, any color team to whack any color hero as tank or flank. That's the uniqueness at the legendary play of 5-star. So there you go. Now what do I think about this hero? So obviously very fast makes him fantastic. Stats are fantastic. There is survivability, which means the earlier part of the emblems I would put to increase this 718 more close to 750 or 60 plus, which will obviously add to the strength of this hero. Because I would want him to be alive longer and keep whacking using that very fast speed. And now that I've started actively using Alucard. the very fast speed is amazing, and comes in really handy, especially when one looks at all these kinds of stuff. So there you go. Good hero, useful hero, and has the uses in multiple ways. Let me go to the next one. Okay, so this fellow is very slow, which means he belongs to the realm of Alfrike in terms of the speed. Zandria, who is holy, legendary, paladin, which means his defense is going to be improved with the talent. And this is the same, so I'm going to skip that. Passive is again the same, so I'm going to skip that because the video is just extending. Going into the stats, 756, 819, 1549. So these are high stats. 756 can be improved further, but there is a reason why it's low. So let's go in. Unwavering Devotion is the name of the special at very slow speed. Deals 210 damage to all enemies. Now, before I move further, this is very slow, applies to most part of the game. But when it comes to rush tournaments or rush war, any kind of a rush play, it becomes very fast. So there you go. So 210 damage to all enemies, deals additional 20% damage per each holy shield, and can go up to 450 damage in total. So basically he becomes a hit all sniper. 450 is a sniping percentage. That's why 756 is comparatively lower, but it's not in reality very low, because 2 emblem nodes will take it to 3 emblem nodes will take this 756 to 800 attack, and we all know that those 3 sword nodes are not too far. So that's that. Each fallen ally has 20% chance to be revived with 40% HP. So he revives also. I'm saying he, but it could be a she. Sorry, Zandria can be a she too. So that's that. Each holy shield on the board increases the chance to be revived by 5% up to 80%. So this reviving percentage of 20 is a regular one, but again, depending on the holy shield, this percentage can go up to 80%. So hits all, increases the hits up to 450% of the total damage depending on the number of holy shields. Then revives at 20% chance, and that 20% can go up to 80% chance of revival depending on the number of holy shields. What is Zandria? Zandria is absolutely crazy, and she is crazy. I stand corrected. And good hero. Very slow is the balancing factor, but very clearly has a play, especially in certain niche specific moments. And wow. And also at the same time, there are heroes that are there who add mana, who increase mana, a little bit of mana, speed up mana. So Zandria will have her uses. So I mean, very powerful hero. If I were to say, very, very powerful. We know how Mother North plays mayhem at slow speed with her revive percentage of 55, and this one has an opportunity to go up to 80. So practically each fallen ally, and this is each fallen ally. Just imagine if they have a chance of 80% or higher or closer to the 50. So there is a very heavy whack. And what reminds me is this Zandria can be even more lethal than this chick. I forget her name. Ain. So Ain is conditionally super overpowered. So not overpowered, but super overpowered because of that health angle. And this one, 450 damage is crazy percentage, and then has an up to 80% chance to revive. This is, again, it's like super overpowered and hyper overpowered. So now words like overpowered seem to be normal, because there is a super overpowered and hyper overpowered. So Yes, the speed is the balancer, but when rush happens, we already get frustrated with that Alfrike who seems to be slowly wearing out. But there are other crazies that are going to be there who are going to, make life difficult, which means, you know, heroes like mindless attack, the ones who stop mana, slow down mana, they all come into effect. And I see giving emblems and limit breaking of a Proteus being more important, or a Hell being more important, or all the mindless attack fellows being more important. And I'm sure now every freaking player, paid, cheap, free to play, is desperately waiting for that costume of Quintus to arrive. So, on a fun note, I'm going to end this particular video, which seems to have gone quite long, but it's important to explain as many angles that I can cover and think of in the moment. So, that's that. But at the same time, I would request whoever's watching to subscribe to the channel and also like this video. And I want to thank everyone who has subscribed and watches my videos regularly for taking the channel upwards of 400 subscribers, which is fantastic. And it's great to make this content, and it's fun actually, because many of the things that I think by myself, I'm able to formulate them into words and express it out and share. I request you to share in case I have missed. I would be very happy to include that in the notes, because all kinds of aspects and angles of these heroes can be shared forward, and the player base can actually have fun discovering and sharing and also playing the game. So that's that. Thanks for watching. Wish you a nice start to the week. See you in the next video.